mathematicians. Lately we've been talking about characterizing the shapes we see, especially as it relates to geometry. And today we're going to use triangles to understand relationships of angles. Specifically, we're first going to look at complementary angles. I'm going to draw your attention. Well, look at this square. I have little boxes around each corner. Does anyone have an idea of what that might symbolize as it relates to an angle? Yep.
Right angle.
A right angle. What does that mean? What's the angle measurement in there? Sister?
90 degrees.
90 degrees. So in a square, every angle, interior angle, is 90 degrees. 90 times 4 is 360. So if you add up all these angles, you get the total of 360. So complementaries, when you add up, when you have angles that add up to 90 degrees, we call those, you could say 2, 3 angles complementary. When you add a certain number of angles together, you get the total of 90. So if I make this square bigger, and I cut one of these corners in half, what do you think angle A is? 45. How'd you get that?
Half of 90.
Half of 90. And how about angle B? 45. So angle A and angle B are complementary because when you add them together, you get the total of 90 degrees. Can anyone tell me what they think the total angle sum in a triangle is? 180. Right, so if I take out this corner, I know this angle is 90, right? And then I know this part is 45. If I split this one in half too, that one's also 45. So 90 plus 45 and 45 equals 180 degrees. I encourage mathematicians to, as well as scientists, to check your facts. Why is that so? Why does that make sense? So here's another example of how to look at 180 degrees being the total sum in a triangle. If you look at a protractor, if I start here, I have to travel 180 degrees to reach that same point to make a line. Well, if you look at a triangle, if you add this angle, angle C, angle B, and angle A together, like in this diagram represents, you form a line. You have to use all three of these angles to start here and get to the other side, or vice versa. And supplementary angles are angles involved that add up to 180. So every angle in a triangle is a supplementary angle. When you add all of them up, you get 180 degrees. Once again, complementary angles. What's the sum again?
90.
90. So if I say A is angle 25, I want to find out what angle B is. Does anyone have a strategy in how we could figure that out?
25 plus 90.
Ooh, I like that. 25 plus 90. So it would be 115. And then what do I do? 180 minus 115. You're right. And that would give us this other angle. We could also, a little simpler math version, we have 90 here. So I know A and I know B need to equal 90, right? So you could also do 90 minus 25, which is 65 degrees. Thank you.
Thank you.